Hey, what is up, everybody? I'm here to give you guys a video about a certain wrestling topic, and you can tell what the topic is down below, but I'll dive into it in about a couple of minutes. But I kind of want to take this opportunity to apologize, even though it feels like I say this a lot lately, but I haven't really been the most active guy when it comes to making YouTube videos over the past maybe months. Maybe I'd say definitely since all this year, I really haven't been making videos as frequently. It just, my channel, I feel like, died. All three of them too. Like this channel, Owen the Talkinator, CM Brothers, they just feels like I died off the YouTube surface. Haven't really been as active, but yeah, I really do apologize for that. It's just I'm so damn busy now with school that I'm putting all my focus into that, so I'm trying to put my focus into that because I want to make Dean's List again. If you don't know what that is, it's when you make honor roll. That's what they call it. I don't know what they would call it if you make straight A's, though, but that's beside the point. But, you know, I'm trying to make that again, and it's like, you know, I'm trying to make that, but I'm also trying to do other things, too. I'm still kind of not really in tune with wrestling. I'm only really, I barely even have time to watch the shows anymore. I literally was spending Monday all day in the cafeteria at my school watching Raw and SmackDown. So it's like I don't have time to sit down and watch the shows as much. I don't even have time. So if I barely have time to watch Raw and SmackDown, it's a problem. So I'm trying to work around it, but it's not working. So it's kind of like, But I'm trying to work around it. I did watch Raw live last night, but I'm not reviewing it until the Aftershock Corner, either Friday or, well, probably we actually have to do it Friday. So it's like, you know, so I'm trying to make time. I want to do some other things on my non-wrestling channel. I want to review Walking Dead, Breaking Bad, but it's like I don't want to get back into watching those shows if I have to go away from it again. So it's tough. But I'm trying here, so it's like, kinda give me some time, but it's lucky enough I have time to make this video, so, you know. The Aftershock Corner is really the only videos I have time for anymore, so it's like trying to make it work. But let me talk about what I want to talk about in this video, shall we? I would say maybe the past couple of days I've been thinking about a lot about this topic. I've been thinking, and I like it when I have a topic like this because I feel like even though I'm kind of been a casual fan as of late, I'm kind of starting to get back into like a full-time fan. I still like having these thoughts. You know, I feel like that it's this type of stuff that makes me think this kind of stuff. And I've really been thinking a lot about who could win the 2017 Royal Rumble match. You know, the Royal Rumble is a pay-per-view every year. They have the Royal Rumble match. The winner goes on to WrestleMania to face whoever the champion is in the main event or in a featured match at WrestleMania. Royal Rumble is one of my favorite pay-per-views every year because I like that. It's definitely an unpredictable pay-per-view, even though the past couple... it's not as much last year, but the past recent years, Royal Rumble hasn't really felt as unpredictable, as excited as normal. But you know, because we had that travesty that happened in 2014 and 15, and then even in 2013, it was pretty predictable that John Cena was going to win it. So it's kind of like, So the last time you really was amped to watch an unpredictable Royal Rumble match was probably when Sheamus won it. And I wouldn't even go that far. Maybe when Taker won it in 2007, maybe. But Royal Rumble is definitely a great concept. It's definitely a lot of fun to watch. You get to watch the guys come out from 1 to 30, or even sometime or 40 if they have a 40-man Royal Rumble match. You get to be excited for the surprise entrances when guys are gonna come out. And you don't know what's going to happen. It's an unpredictable matchup, and it can make stars, it can revamp stars, it can set up feuds. It does a lot of things. truly feels like the road to WrestleMania, because the Royal Rumble, I would say, is the next most popular wrestling pay-per-view behind, obviously, WrestleMania. So it's definitely awesome. But the question I have is, who could win the thing? Because going into 2017, I would think kind of now it was when you should kind of start be talking about it, because we're right now WWE isn't in a good place because of football season and because of the presidential debate going on at the moment. So they kind of have they're kind of in a bad spot. For Raw, maybe even a little bit SmackDown. SmackDown gets it a little bit better because they're not on when it's football, and maybe the presidential debate. I don't know. That's a little bit unpredictable when that airs. So SmackDown has had a little bit of an easier break. So Raw. So they have to. So what they should be doing is they should be focusing on who could win the Royal Rumble match itself, because I think this is kind of the time when you start to build up, because once the Royal Rumble hits, that's when everybody gets glued back to wrestling, because football season's on the verge of ending, and, it's the road to WrestleMania, so everyone gets excited for it. That's kind of what the Royal Rumble does. And the Royal Rumble, you really want to get right. They had that history now in the past, recently, of getting it wrong. Now, all opinions aside, my opinion, I think they did get it right last year with Triple H winning it, no matter what anybody likes to say. But they did, they obviously got it wrong when, they booked the whole match wrong. The guy, I don't know itself was wrong, but Roman Reigns, that match was booked so poorly, it was terrible. Then you have Daniel Bryan, then you have Batista, one guy winning when Daniel Bryan should have won in 2014, who wasn't even in the match. Go on for days and days talking about it. So you really kind of have to take into consideration and kind of want to really take your time. And I want to kind of talk about the guys that could possibly win the Royal Rumble match. Because the guy that wins the Rumble is going to be guaranteed a featured match, obviously, at a WrestleMania. Because there's obviously a lot of featured matchups at WrestleMania now. The Royal Rumble, obviously, I don't think... It's obviously the title match with the Royal Rumble winner, or just the title match itself. Then you have, obviously, the Undertaker match. I would think that's the most featured match on the show. Maybe it's gone down a little bit since he doesn't have the streak anymore. Then you got Brock Lesnar. Then you got Triple H, obviously. Then John Cena. And, if they want to throw somebody... You obviously have the title match. Now, I've been kind of talking bullshit. Let me kind of talk about who could win the Royal Rumble match. So, when you really think about it, it's kind of a tough to say, because now this year the Royal Rumble is a little bit more unpredictable and a little bit different setup this year, because this is going to be the first Royal Rumble since the brand split. And I question... Damn, I hate the way my webcam looks at the moment. But I question how they're going to do it this year, if they're going to have... Because obviously since Raw and SmackDown are split, they have 2 championships. Are they going to have it where a guy wins it and he can pick what belt he wants to fight for? Or are they going to have a guy from Raw win it and he can only challenge his title from the title from Raw? Or a guy from SmackDown win it, same thing. So, I'm just going to go from as if you can pick whatever championship you want to fight for. Because that's kind of what I want to go by. Now, as for this, it all depends on who walks in champion. Who the champion is at WrestleMania, because sometimes you can see, hey, this guy's going to be the champion. You can have this guy win it and feud with this guy. So it's kind of like you kind of want to pick and choose. So I'm going to go by who the champion could be as well. And I'm going to go from least likely to win it to most likely. Now, obviously, the least likely is going to be maybe someone from NXT being called up to win it, like somebody like Samoa Joe, somebody like Shinsuke Nakamura, Austin Aries. I haven't watched NXT in a while, so I don't know a lot of guys that are in it. Bobby Roode even. Somebody like that. I don't think that's going to happen. The most likely guy, though, coming up from NXT, it would maybe be Samoa Joe, just because
I think I see Aaron's
he's
sweatshirt.
really...
Did you take the sweatshirt off your back of your chair, desk chair?
Yeah, but anyhow,
Going down here, Michael.
you know,
Yeah.
obviously with the Royal Rumble,
Throw down the sweatshirt.
Samoa Joe winning it would be something interesting. Everybody would be behind it.
I
thought I saw one down
You know, everyone would be behind Samoa Joe winning the Royal Rumble match. He has a following,
there. I saw one
and it would be
down there.
believable because he's this monster that likes to destroy everybody. And you can have him be on Raw or SmackDown. You can have him be on. Now, obviously, it depends on if he's a babyface or a heel. If he's a babyface, you could easily feud with Kevin Owens for the Universal Championship. And you could have him be a babyface because it's technically a feud they haven't really been able to go all the way with, because when Samoa Joe came to NXT, Kevin Owens had gotten called up to the main roster, and his time in NXT was over because he was doing this stuff with John Cena and all that stuff. Or you could have it be AJ Styles as a babyface, and it would make sense because they can talk about how they both were the faces of TNA, even though they can't talk about it, but it would be something cool, and it would be something that everybody would love. Or you could have him be a heel going up against John Cena for the WWE World Championship. And it's a match that I think everyone would like to see, Samoa Joe, John Cena, but then you have that feel it's John Cena in a match, even though it's lately Cena's been cooled off, but you never know when it comes to the WWE, when it comes to Cena. Or you could have Samoa Joe face like somebody like, if he's healthy enough, I don't think he will be, but Finn Balor when he comes back. You could have the history from NXT, when he beat him for the NXT title and all that stuff. You can have Dean Ambrose versus Samoa Joe, but that would suck. I would just personally don't see what the interest in that would be. You could do Seth Rollins, Samoa Joe, but that's kind of like, Well, that would be kind of something interesting, but and something cool. You could do Roman Reigns, Samoa Joe for the championship, but one that involves Roman Reigns being champion. I don't know if I want to see Roman Reigns in the main title match at WrestleMania at this moment. But it would be definitely something interesting. So Samoa Joe is definitely an option. Shinsuke Nakamura, Austin Aries, you could dive into a match with him and AJ Styles, him and Samoa Joe, him and John Cena, because Austin Aries is just like reminds me a lot of CM Punk, where you could put him where if he went up against John Cena, it would be something cool. So yeah, that's definitely something. But I don't think a guy from NXT is going to get called up to win it. You can obviously have a one that I would be down with is Big E. That would be really cool. It would be something interesting. And it's kind of like when you don't really have a lot of options. You know, I kind of put Big E in as a position to win it last year, but this would be kind of cool if Big E won it. It would be something fresh. And he's been really entertaining. I think like a member of the New Day winning the Royal Rumble would be cool. And I don't know, and it would be something interesting. And you could have, but the most believable one would be Big E, just because he is someone that you could take seriously in the World Championship picture. But Xavier Woods, you wouldn't be able to. You probably could take Kofi Kingston seriously, but Big E, I think, is the best option. I think he's the best one of the New Day anyways. And you could do a lot with Big E. You could have him feud with Kevin Owens for the Universal Championship, AJ Styles for the WWE World Championship, Cena for the WWE World Championship, Ambrose, Finn Balor. It would definitely be something. But I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think they're going to go with Big E. It would be really cool, though, and it would definitely be like, holy crap, I didn't see this coming, but it's not going to be Big E. You could do Chris Jericho, and Chris Jericho would make some sense for the WWE Universal Championship picture anyways. You could have him feud with so many people. You could have him feud with Kevin Owens, because they obviously have the history right now where they're like a team, and you could break them off after the Rumble with Jericho winning it. You can say I want to go after Kevin Owens' Universal Championship, and you could either have him stay heel and feud with Kevin Owens, having him turn babyface, or you could have him turn face and Kevin Owens just turn on him. Or you can have AJ Styles feud with him, but now that AJ Styles is a heel, it doesn't really work, and they kind of already did that feud. I don't really want to see that. Or you could have Seth Rollins feud with him for the WWE Universal Championship, but it's kind of like something that wouldn't really feel like a WrestleMania match. It would be it's somewhat of a WrestleMania match, but I think I'd rather see that like at a Survivor Series, or maybe even like a like a throwaway pay-per-view, so no. Obviously John Cena, but we've seen Cena and Jericho have enough matches, and I only want to see them wrestle at WrestleMania. Obviously Dean Ambrose, but it's kind of like a no. And the thing is, with Chris Jericho winning it wouldn't really be a good option. I think if they did do an Owens-Jericho match for the Universal Championship, I think they would either do that. They're going to probably do that at Survivor Series, but I think that's probably a little too soon. I think they should let that build up a little bit more and either do it at the whatever the Raw pay-per-view is in December or the Royal Rumble. I think that would make more sense, and it would be something. And you can definitely let the feud build up and simmer. Obviously, another guy is you could have Seth Rollins. Obviously, because he's done everything there is to do, you could have him easily win the Royal Rumble match and go on to face someone for the WWE Universal Championship like Kevin Owens, or you could have him face AJ Styles for the WWE World Championship, Finn Balor for the WWE Universal Championship if he got back and got healthy in time, and since Finn Balor can want to get revenge on Seth Rollins for injuring him, and something like that. However, I don't think they're going to have Seth Rollins. I think they already have him in line to face Triple H at WrestleMania, and Seth Rollins going up against Triple H should just be a match that's about personal vendetta, no championship. So I think Seth Rollins is already all set for WrestleMania. He's already have a matchup, unless they push Seth Rollins versus Triple H to the Royal Rumble. Because I don't think at this point they're going to do it at Survivor Series. That would be rushed. But unless they push it to the Royal Rumble, then maybe they would do. Then maybe they could have him be in the Rumble match. But I don't think. I think they're going to have him Seth Rollins, Triple H at WrestleMania, which I'm stoked for that match. Now obviously, I don't know. You could have Kevin Owens. But he's somebody that obviously is a great heel. You could have Kevin Owens win the Royal Rumble match. However, I don't see that happening. I think he's going to carry the Universal Championship all the way to WrestleMania and lose it to somebody like whoever wins the Rumble. So, you have AJ Styles. Since he's had the WWE World Championships, beaten Cena. It would make sense for him to win the Rumble, a match that he was debuted in last year. But then again, I think he's going to be a long-term champion. I think he's carrying the WWE World Championship all the way to WrestleMania, so why not let him do that? Somebody else you could do is you could have Finn Balor return from injury and win the Royal Rumble match and go after Kevin Owens for the WWE Universal Championship, a championship that he never lost, and it would make sense. But I don't think he's going to be. I don't think he's going to be well enough in time to do that. Bray Wyatt, but he can't win a match, so it would make no sense. If Bray Wyatt won, it would be kind of like, what the fuck? And I don't think he would be a believable guy to win the Rumble. It just wouldn't make any sense. Obviously, when it comes down to WWE, you always have a guy like Sheamus who they just love to push to death, he's someone that they love to push, and he's someone that's Triple H's workout buddy. He's someone that's been very comfortable with Vince McMahon and all that stuff, and he's had opportunities before. So you could have Sheamus win the Rumble, but that would be lame. He's already won the Rumble, and remember what happened last time he was champion. It sucked. Hold on. Then you could have somebody like, obviously, when it comes down to WWE, John Cena is always an option. He's the face of WWE, and it's Cena. John Cena, when it comes to the WWE, don't ever count out Cena or even Randy Orton. I was going to originally say him, but John Cena and Randy Orton are always options when it comes to the WWE. Just about as well now as Brock Lesnar. Now, Brock Lesnar actually would make some sense. You have Brock Lesnar, and he's never really had his rematch for the championship, for the WWE Universal or World Championship. So having Brock Lesnar go up against, get a rematch by winning the Rumble would make sense, and it would be something cool. Problem is if you have Brock Lesnar win the Royal Rumble match, it would kind of be predictable that he's going to win it, because who would you believe that could eliminate him from the Royal Rumble match? It would be stupid. If you're going to put him in there, it would kind of feel like you would wasting your time. But however, you could do some interesting matchups with Brock Lesnar for the championships. You could have Brock Lesnar face Kevin Owens for the Universal Championship, which is a match I've heard they wanted to do since Kevin for about a year now, and now that Kevin Owens, you would feel like it has some credibility behind him. You can do Kevin Owens, Brock Lesnar, Universal Championship at WrestleMania. I think you can't really do the other ones on SmackDown unless you did John Cena for the World Championship, but that would be lame. I don't want to see Cena and Lesnar again, and we kind of did that, and we know how kind of that would probably go down. Ambrose and Lesnar, no. Styles and Lesnar would be interesting, but I don't really see Styles as a threat at the moment. I've taken down Brock Lesnar. However, maybe you would see him as a threat since he beat John Cena clean at SummerSlam, so maybe you would see AJ Styles. But if he has to do a low blow to Dean Ambrose to beat him, and Lesnar can destroy him easily, I don't think so. You can also do Undertaker, which I would love. Obviously, when it comes down to anything, Undertaker can always be an option. You can have him go for the championship one final time at WrestleMania. It can either be him versus AJ Styles, the phenomenal one versus the Phenom, which is a match that I would like to see, or Undertaker versus Kevin Owens which would be another unique matchup. So that would be cool. Obviously, and plus it involves Undertaker being in it, and I would love Undertaker going for the championship because I would like to see him win a championship one more time before he retires, and that would be awesome. Now, obviously, I was going to say him originally, these two guys, but you could have these two guys win the Rumble. I wanted to say them first, but you could have The Miz. The Miz would make some sense with all that he's doing on SmackDown. He's the most interesting thing on SmackDown, and you can have him go on to face somebody for the WWE World Championship, whether it's Cena, Styles, or Ambrose, or even like Orton, Wyatt, something like that, and it would make sense, and he would be a great heel to go up against somebody at a WrestleMania. Or you could have Dolph Ziggler. You can have him lose at No Mercy and then come back at the Rumble, win the Royal Rumble match, and maybe you can do Dolph Ziggler versus The Miz for the WWE World Championship at a WrestleMania, which would be kind of something cool, and you can have Ziggler finally beat The Miz and win the WWE World Championship. You can have Dean Ambrose, but no thank you. I'm kind of over Ambrose. I don't really particularly care that much for him at the moment. He's just bland to me, and I hope him going off TV will be a chance for him to revamp his character. But Dean Ambrose, I think, would be an alright option, but not a great option. And you could have a babyface Cena, but I don't know. You could have, and obviously with Cena too, if he won the World Rumble, I didn't say this, but you could have him face AJ Styles, a matchup that would make sense. Or you can have him face Kevin Owens, but obviously if Cena won the Rumble and went for the title at WrestleMania, he would probably end up becoming a 16-time world champion. So I don't think I want to see that. Obviously then you have trying to think if there's anybody else that we have. I think that's everybody. I think I've said everybody I wanted to say. I got Roman Reigns, but that would suck. It would be career suicide again because everyone just hate. No matter what you do at this point, everyone's gonna hate Roman Reigns, which I kind of don't get because he's not all that bad. He's actually really pretty good in the ring. On the microphone, I'll admit he's stale, but I think he's gotten better on the microphone. The weird thing is about Roman Reigns is it depends on what he does on the microphone, because when he just goes out there and talks like a badass on the mic, he's fine. But when he's doing promos like he was this Monday Night on Raw, oh, that's bad. That is bad. If he talks too long, he's bad. Somebody else you could have win is you could have Rusev win the Royal Rumble match, but I don't see that happening. But it would be cool because I think Rusev would have deserved it. He's really improved this year. He's really morphed into a good wrestler. I think he's good on the mic. He's good at getting really good heel heat, and he's good at in the ring now. He's not just good in the ring because he does all these fancy moves. He plays to the crowd, and I like Rusev in the ring at the moment. I was gonna say somebody else. Yeah, Rusev. But yeah, Rusev would be cool. Oh, Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn would be somebody cool to win the Royal Rumble match since you have Kevin Owens as the Universal Champion. You can have Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn main event WrestleMania, and that would be kind of something cool. Or you can have Sami Zayn and AJ Styles. But it's like, But the thing it, but with it, Sami Zayn winning it, it wouldn't really be believable since he hasn't really had much of a, hasn't really been utilized as much. I mean, this week he was in a throwaway match with Titus O'Neil. Come on now, so it's like you wouldn't really believe Sami Zayn winning the Rumble match. Now, obviously, I don't think anybody from the Cruiserweight division would be believable just because it would be kind of weird. But I think the guys that I put out are the guys that are the most likely to win. You do have a lot of options. The problem is I don't know what they're doing. I don't know. I can't really think of a clear-cut guy. But if I had to say someone I would like to see win the Rumble, it would probably be somebody like Big E, or I'd like to see somebody like maybe Samoa Joe would be cool. Nakamura, Rusev, Chris Jericho, I guess would be fine. I can't really think of anyone at the moment who I want to win the Rumble, but I'm just kind of questioning who could win the Rumble. I don't know who could actually legitimately win the Royal Rumble match, but I can't really picture anyone that I could see winning it. It's weird. So those are just some options. It was just something I've been thinking about the past few days. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Who do you think could win the Royal Rumble match? And we'll see if who wins. I would love to see Big E win it, though. That would be cool. Somebody from the New Day, maybe like somebody like Rusev, somebody like, I wouldn't mind seeing Finn Balor come back and win it. I wouldn't mind seeing Kevin Owens win it. I wouldn't mind seeing Sami Zayn. It would depend on how well Sami Zayn will be booked, though. I wouldn't mind even seeing The Miz win it. So there is some options about who could win the Royal Rumble match. And let's hope that it's somebody good this year. It's not someone that it's going to get shit on and that it's booked better this year. But that's pretty much it, guys. Make sure to subscribe to my channel down below. And I'm going to try to come on and give you a lot more content on this channel and other channels as well.